Hello, hello, hello. Yes, it's Tosh with theangels.us and tashaspeaks.com. Okay, boys and girls, I know we have had, my boys and girls, interesting discussions on, when things happen that you don't necessarily, like, what do you do? How do you handle it? So I have had something happen to me recently that I didn't like. And like I always say, you just got to let it go, because you know what? People have the right to be stupid. They have the right to think that they're right. They have the right to think whatever they want to think. And that's not going to stop you from your progress in life. It's not going to stop you from being on your mission, fulfilling your purpose, okay? My purpose is to heal, do readings, and teach people how to use their gifts, okay? So I thought I was doing that because I thought, these people were ready. And obviously, when you push people beyond their comfort zone, they come back with fire. And that recently happened to me. And I know I didn't do anything on purpose to make you feel uncomfortable. You knew your purpose was to be a healer, and you felt pressured or whatever. I really don't know what you felt. I got the story handed to me, by somebody who wasn't even in the story, really. And that's okay. They were your friends that you sent to me for a reading. That's fine, well and good. But all the information can't be there, like the conversation the three of us had that I'm sure you didn't even get a copy of, But I don't know. I really don't know what happened to piss off somebody. And so I decided, as they're exiting themselves and telling me how to talk and what not to say, when you come at somebody and you're telling them all these glorious things that they shouldn't do and all this, coulda, shoulda, woulda bullshit. That's what it is. Don't tell me to lower my voice. Don't tell me what to say and how to say it. You're coming at me with a lot of hostility, even though you're trying to keep your cool, but I can still hear your teeth gritting. So don't tell me, calm down, lower your voice, or anything else. No. I can react to your action however I choose. So I opted just to hang up and not say anything. So now, you remember all them times I'm telling you to think of Bugs Bunny? Yeah, so now you think of Bugs Bunny. Because they have the right to think whatever. Look at all my bad hair day videos. A lot of people had a lot of stupid things to say. And that's okay. I don't give a shit what you say or think. I did what I thought was the best thing at the time. And it wasn't anything grandiose. All I said was, you want to be part of the circle, we could do some healings, and they assumed it was going to be this huge, grandiose thing, when right now, I don't know, because the Spirit gave me that message while I was doing your reading, I'm just thinking, 2 minutes. So as you're brushing your teeth, or as you're going to the bathroom, taking a shower, whatever, just put in your head good intentions for Boo Boo Kitty. That would take 2 minutes. So instead of coming at me, like a man, he's all, well, I don't have time. Time for what? It would only take, 2 minutes. They would, we're going to be praying for Boo Boo Kitty because they have, arthritis or whatever, so just put them in your thoughts. Okay. So now this other person, well, he said you did it, and you added me to this. I didn't add you to anything but a chat. You don't want to be added to a chat to talk about healing and work stuff? Okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to be offensive, But there has to be something bigger than that, because that's your purpose for being. Why wouldn't you want to discuss that? So I don't know the full story, and I don't give a shit. Whatever you want to think of me after all these many years of being friends is fine. If you want to use that as an excuse to get out of a friendship that we've had for about 10 years, that's fine. I don't care. I don't care, because since you don't have the whole story, obviously you don't care about the whole story, you can keep it pushing, just like I have to do too. So I'm not sitting, on my hands saying, oh, what is, how, who, what, when, what. No. I thought about it for about 30 minutes. And then as usual, I bring it up to the kids, because you kids realize just because we're older than you doesn't mean that we don't have the same problems. Just with older people. That's all. We still got the he said, she said shit. And, you feel duped or whatever the fuck he said he felt. I don't know, because I didn't hear it from him. I heard it from somebody else. And how how third-handed conversations are, all fucked up. So, and that's okay. You get in where you fit in, and I just got to keep it pushing, because I know I'm not talking out the side of my neck. You said you agreed to do this, and then you tell that person you didn't agree. Yeah, you did. I still have the conversation, boo-boo. Give that person all the conversations we had, so then she can judge me fairly according to however she wants to judge me. But if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, what's 2 minutes in your day? If you didn't want to be, admin, you could have just said, Tasha, I don't want to be admin. So that sprang forth into me conversating with other people that have decided to do it, and they're not afraid to do what they're put here to do. So I don't know really what all that boils down to, but to me it just boils down to fear. And if you're afraid, I can understand that for a short time. But fear just gets you lack of everything else in life. Really. Put you through trials and tribulations, as it were. And you just got to keep it pushing. You just got to keep it pushing. So I just said, oh, well, she's entitled to think whatever he told her. That tells me a whole lot about you that is good for me to know. I'm not going to say I should have known, could have known, things would have been different. That doesn't matter. It's over. It's over. You ruined a really good sisterhood by believing this one person I knew and gave a reading to, and because he didn't hear, feel, say, do whatever, I made him uncomfortable somehow, way, shape, or form, but he couldn't be a man and come to me and tell me. He tells you, and then you blast me because he's upset. Wow. What does that say about you? Now, had he actually given you the conversation where I asked him, do you want to do this? And he said yes, and the third person said yes, then that would be totally different. And the truth that I didn't add you to any groups. Right now I only have 2 groups, a sexy tag group. Obviously I'm not going to add you to that. I don't think you're that type of person. And my healer circle group, and I didn't add you to that. I just added you to a chat. But, people take it out of context, and when you're hot, it's hard to think, because you can't think clearly if you're mad, upset, hurt, angry, whatever, angst, whatever. But still, when you call a person and you're thrashing them for whatever you think they did, don't tell me to lower my voice and what to say and not to say and how to say it. Have you heard yourself? Have you heard all the hate and rage in your voice that you're throwing at me? Really? So I just opted not to say anything, and I just hung up without a bye. And I try never to be that cruel, but you're not even hearing the whole story, obviously. So if you're not hearing the whole story, what else are you not hearing? And then I thought about it. I said, well, I'll give him his money back for the reading since he feels that way. And the spirits are like, no, you earned that money. Okay. Bugs Bunny, Bugs Bunny, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd. And you just instantly, I told myself, I'm not going to think about this past today. So the only reason why I'm bringing it up now is because, 3 of you asked me, 3 of you had, even though you don't know each other, had the same type of question. within the same 2 days. So that's why I'm making this video for you guys. You know, and it's easy. It's easy. Once you realize that you are bigger than whatever that situation is, and you're not the bad person, unless you truly are. And in this case, I am not, because she didn't have all the information. Let me see. You know, and I'm not here to tell her she's wrong. I'm not here to tell him he's wrong. That's none of my business either. If you feel I'm wrong, cool, whatever. Just keep it pushing. I know I'm not. I did what Spirit told me to do, and you know that's how I operate. So if you don't want to, take that to God. That's between you and God. I'm just here to be interpreter and tell you what they said. If you don't want to do that, I'll just keep it pushing, because other people are now in the healer circle. So that's fine. Everything happens for a reason, huh? So we got our stuff together. I'll be introducing you to them hopefully in the next month. One of them, we're not all yet on the same time. You know, it's summertime, people are on vacation and whatnot. But I'm happy to say it is moving forward. Yay! So, you know, and nothing grandiose. You know, I'm not asking anybody to jump through hoops. You know, everybody can't multitask like I do. Everybody can't or doesn't want to, and that's fine. I'm not here to make you do anything you don't want to do. I'm here to work with people that know they have a gift and want to learn how to use it, and not use time as a cop-out for being scared or feeling pushed or whatever. It's not about that. I'm not here to push you. I'm not here to, well, I am here to make you a little uncomfortable, because the first few times it's always uncomfortable. The first time going to a new place, the first time going to court, the first time going on a date, the first time having sex, all the first times generally are uncomfortable, but you get through it, right? The first time is only the first time one time, right? So now, that was a few days ago. Did I? No, I didn't think about it today, but I'm still praying on that situation, because I know I'm great, and I know I didn't mean to dupe anybody. That is so not my purpose. Okay, so whatever misunderstanding you have, it's with you and yourself. Really, boo-boo. It is. Okay? So now, you know, in addition to the Bugs Bunny thing, you know what I thought about you, Em, is, just try this for a second, okay? What time is it? You remember that Daffy Duck one, where he's in the cave and there's all that gold in there, and then Bugs pops up and he says, "This isn't Pismo Beach," remember? And he's jumping on Bugs' head, stamping him. "This is mine, 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 mine." And he's jumping up and down on Bugs Bunny's head, pushing him back in the ground. So you do that. Push it back in the ground. And let Mother Earth have it. And let it go. Poof, be gone. Yeah. Because you know what? The more you say, why, how come, you're just giving them more of your energy that they don't need right now. They need to first figure out their own. Then they need to figure out really what stems from all that. See, but that's not for you to think about. That's not for me to think about. I don't give a shit. I know you're wrong. When you figure it out, life's still going to go on, huh? And you just keep it pushing. So every time you think of that, just instantly change the thought to, I don't know, you like butterflies. Think of butterflies. How many butterflies are there in the world? Google that. Think of a different one every single time. I don't know. But you have to find whatever makes you happy to get past that, or else you're going to be full of bitter and angst and upsetness, you know, like them. And what good is that going to do? You can't do your healings that way. You can't do your readings that way. You can't do your massage therapy that way, being full of angst, because when you touch people, we want to heal them as we touch them, right? So you can't allow yourself to lower your vibration just because theirs is, because they're mad at you that you did this or that. No. I am great and I'm on my path. And if you feel that you're not, then that's between you and God. That's okay. I'm not begging nobody to do their job for God, you know. And it's all good. It really is. It has to be. If I created it, if I believe I create all my happiness or unhappiness, then I created that situation for a reason, and I just got to figure out how not to let that happen again. Other than to voice my opinion and say, you know what, if you watch this video, yeah, come back and get all the information, boo-boo, because you didn't get it. Trust me, you didn't. There's no way I'm going to put somebody in something without asking permission, though I didn't ask them permission to make them admin, but that was the whole purpose of the group. And then me rewording things to say, you know, us 5 stars are going to do. I didn't mention any of these names, so I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything at all. So what? I changed the description of the group. Whoop-de-doo. Didn't mean you. Didn't mean them. You know, so I really have no clue what that's about. But, you know, you get in where you fit in, and when you know better, you do better. And now I know better about you, huh? Which just means I was really wrong about you, too, because I thought you were a really open-minded person who got all the facts. You didn't even ask me. You didn't ask me anything. You just called, blasted me, because somebody you sent to me for a reading said he felt duped. Like, I need to give you a reading to say, hey, be in this.